Hi, I'm Dante.
I'm Gonzo.
And this is Angry
Amputee
Amputee Show. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Angry Amputee Show episode 3.
Holiday episode.
We have got a bang-ass show today.
Xmas 2014.
And we're bringing in people that you would not believe we have.
You wouldn't believe.
Non-humans are in this show, too.
I believe it because it's sitting pretty close to me.
Let's introduce who we got.
Let's do it.
All right. We got Bob Calhoun. We got author, musician, incredibly strange wrestler, a.k.a. Count Dante.
Retired, but am I one of the non-human people you were talking about before?
I guess this is a reveal we have at the end of the show. I don't want to give anything away.
Okay, that's
that's
a big
I'll leave that to
cliffhanger.
you if you feel comfortable doing that.
Revealing my
What do you mean by
inhuman
non-human?
origins.
So wild.
Well, 99% genetically, maybe.
I am the son of the jackal.
Yeah.
The beast.
The jackalope.
The jackalope. Yes.
Like that little known movie, The Omen.
The Omen.
That little
Yes.
known movie that was
Yeah.
made.
Hey,
It's all
my
little
girlfriend had made these lovely nut horns that you see right before you.
Oh.
Beth Miles, she had never seen The Omen until about a week ago.
The Ridge.
Can you believe there was a human on planet Earth who hadn't seen The Omen?
Well, as a Catholic kid growing up, I mean, seeing those movies, then it was like, maybe I am the Antichrist. You know, you go through this, kids in the 70s and 80s go through a fear of, like, you start looking in the mirror to see if there's a 666 on the back of your hairline.
No,
Yeah.
I think we've all tried that. And the hard part was trying to get the mirror with another mirror so you could actually see something.
Yeah.
It was extremely difficult. And if you watch the movie, you would see that the child never looked for that himself. You have to have a Gregory Peck. You have to have a Gregory Peck to find the number. And
the
I
child,
never
when
had
he grew
one.
older in Omen 2, looked at himself
Oh, did
when
he?
he was a teenager. This I do remember. And he was like, no!
He was
Before
a fucking cunt, though,
Finally
wasn't
accepting his fate.
he? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody who was trying to kill him got killed by an escalator or something. So I don't know why he'd be against it.
It was like the first Maximum Overdrive. Everybody died by some mechanical device.
Playing a glass would just chop off David Warner's head or a big spear or something.
And you didn't
would fall
have
in
the
church.
preface, the setup with the guy with the bowl cut, the photographer in the scarf.
Yeah.
Guy. He didn't have that guy setting it up, who was also in Time Bandits, by the way. He didn't have him setting up the whole idea. Look, there's a line through the photograph, and then look at this one, cheeky bastard. There's a line through this one, and then look at these people. That's where the line went, mate. Oh,
That's where it went.
it is. That's how. That was the whole thing.
You could argue that Damien is sort of an homage almost to Charlie Manson, because as far as we know, Manson didn't actually kill anybody. He just had other people kill him. So Damien has these proxy machines, events, coincidences happen to kill people.
I saw David Warner, the English guy from Time Bandits, at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas this year.
Oh,
He was
I didn't
there.
even know he was still alive.
Yeah. He's still, he was in Star Trek 6 and Star Trek 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he's
Time
in some
After
Next
Time
Generation
with Malcolm
episode.
McDowell?
Yeah. I was like, I had injured my back, and and so I was like seriously high on Percocet that whole Vegas trip. And
tell us more.
Somebody gave me press passes to the Star Trek con. I wrote a book about conventions, so I still get press passes to conventions, and it was like David Warner and then Harlan Ellison, so I had to go. And so I was there about 2 hours at the Trek con, saw everything I needed to see, got the hell out.
So did you actually have a conversation with Warner? Or
No,
you
I
just
did
saw him
meet
from afar?
Ellison. Yeah, I just saw him from afar.
Gotcha.
I bought, Ellison was selling little paperbacks that he's had in a warehouse somewhere since the 70s.
Yeah.
So I got an autograph from him, and he cursed me out the way he curses everybody out. So Ellison was kind
As
of
is his style, huh?
Yeah, but I didn't need to see Shatner or anybody again.
Now, you didn't see any rumblings of Warner to appear in Tron 3 as Dillinger's return or anything? Nothing like that?
No, I mean, I think he would have improved. What was it, Tron Legacy? Was that what it's called? Yeah. Yeah, he would have. He would have definitely improved. Sark. That was
Sark.
Yes.
That was his in-game name. That's right. Dillinger was his.
The
CEO
executive.
name.
Yeah,
right.
that's right. Yeah, where I only remember him in the kind of red outfit, red light up glow stick outfit, throwing frisbees at Jeff Bridges.
To the MCP.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, right on. I think we're talking about movies here, and we actually have this segment that we've been talking about actually for a long time.
It's true.
It's something that we have ourselves been involved.
It's a bit of a hobby. We're a bit of a hobbyist.
Yeah.
And we like monkeys. We like monkeys in movies. We like monkey movies.
Cheap.
But as Bob Calhoun pointed out to me, most of the clips we're going to show you don't fall under monkey movie. Actually, they fall under ape movie. But that's neither here nor there.
No.
They're all our primate ancestors.
Thank you.
Yes.
They fit under the broad umbrella that we define it as to monkey movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is a monkey movie? A monkey movie is a movie that has monkeys in it, right?
Fucking monkey.
As some kind of story element or, what the plot is. What is this we have here? What are you going to show us?
First trailer is for a classic, and all these are dedicated to our friend Aaron Reeder, who passed away a few months ago, a longtime friend of ours. So it's all dedicated to him. He loved all these movies, and we don't know why. It's a fucking mystery.
But we love him. So
we love him, and we love monkeys, and we love movies, we love monkey movies.
Movies.
The first one is for a timeless classic from a little George Costanza character, and it's called Dunstan Checks In.
Cheap.
Now, is this from the 90s?
Would you hold this?
Yes, clearly.
Do you mind putting it in?
Now look at
right about
Before he
here.
was bald.
Look
No,
at
please, I insist. Brian, you too. Bernard, can I have another knife?
But what if we get in
Look
a
at all
plane
the
crash?
fucking hair
We're
on his
coming
head.
back from Barbados. And we're stranded in the jungle.
All right,
and we have to
seriously,
spear guns to shoot
watch
our
this.
food. But we don't know how to cook it or anything.
Costanza looks like the biggest fucking pervert
Same
just
way you
staring
ever
at
did.
that naked boy right there. Look at that.
Thinking.
Let's get to work.
What's in the box, dude?
Fucking
monkey!
Oh!
There's a monkey in
Now,
the box.
does his affections turn? I think it might right there.
That's not fair, Dad.
Like to kiss you goodbye.
Yes.
I tie in one monkey movie with another monkey.
ugly.
Who's in love with
Pitching
him?
your fucking sweet film to the Planet of the Apes. Ah, fuck you.
I'll be right back.
Oh, this is a great scene.
Special oil.
This
There's no setup here at all.
Yeah, there's
Hey, where'd you come from?
Is this a trailer, or is this just a condensed version of
This is a condensed trailer.
Oh, okay.
Condensed trailer.
Oh yeah, get on my back, monkey.
Yeah.
Just see what time it
I love how the orangutan's got glasses on there.
is. Oh
better
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's very scholarly.
Wow.
Oh,
Vulcan nerve pinch to the toe there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Beat me, monkey. Beat me. I'm a bite.
This was PG?
Yeah,
I'm giving
dude.
this an NC-17 right there.
Just because you get a boner ball doesn't make it rated R, okay?
Mid 90s was a different standard, Bob.
Yeah. It was when we were still a secular nation.
Yes.
No.
This was the Clinton years. Look at this. They even have
Criminals?
A
a
mugshot.
mugshot book with Pee-wee
Monkey
in the
profiling.
monkey movie.
You think it might be cute to put a baby
Speaking of
orangutan in your kid's
Oh,
basket?
speaking about boners.
Well, at first it is cute.
Yeah.
Then it
This
gets
was just
bigger.
post
The kids lose interest.
Pee-wee's tragedy.
And one night, you flush it down the toilet.
His lost years.
You heard me. More bananas. That's right, bananas.
Dunstan.
Is this Newman I'm seeing? Holy. Wow.
Nope. It's not.
No, it's not him.
It's the guy from Beetlejuice.
Oh, it's Otho.
Otho.
It's Otho, dude. Besides this movie, I guess besides Heathers and Beetlejuice is the only movie I know of this guy.
Fade Dunaway.
Fade away.
You know, this makes me want to see this film, but I also know I don't need to see the film.
To making your stay here at the Bali
I don't know. If you take some Percocet, this movie might be what you need.
Yeah, well, I'm done taking that. But
with every fiber of my body, there will be no further incidents for you.
is that a two-headed monkey?
Yes, Siamese monkey.
Talk about American Horror Story.
I think they got it, the premise confused with Gremlins, and then got some water on the monkey, and then it had more monkeys.
From network to this. Yeah, from network to this, Faye Dunaway.
Oh. It should be easy.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Now that was worth waiting for right there.
Jesus.
Pee-wee just blasted the kid?
He wouldn't do that in the Playhouse.
Oh.
That's all that pent-up hostility from doing children's television.
Yes, it all comes out.
Yeah.
Right? You get busted in a Florida porn house. What else do you got to do? You got to go crazy, dude.
There must have been some
shoot kids on camera.
Supermarket opening that Pee-wee had to do that was just particularly harrowing for him.
It looked like a pretty harrowing movie.
So that was Dunstan Checks In.
Was there ever a Dunstan Checks Out? Was there a sequel? Or
that is a really, really,
spin-off
really
TV show?
Stupid question.
No. I guess, well, you got something else here, huh?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
That's going to be great.
My hero.
Why get the flaunt the goddamn necklace anyway?
Laszlo. Danny DeVito is Laszlo.
This is written by Jeremy Joe Kronsberg, who also wrote Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. Like this and those
classics.
two movies are his only screen credits.
J.J. Kronsberg.
He just wrote Orangutan.
The other J.J.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
That's a really weird thing to get pigeonholed in, huh?
Yeah, like nothing. There's no other credits for the guy.
I get it. You do it once, whatever.
Yeah.
But then someone goes to you and go, dude, you're really good at writing the orangutan. Because no one else can do that.
Yeah.
We haven't found
Or
that
do it as
skill
well as
yet.
you.
You know, this one's got 3 of them in it. You know, the Clint Eastwood ones just have 1 in it.
I don't know. This casting looks like there may be more than 3, but DeVito's looking.
He's looking like an orangutan there.
He's looking orangutan.
And Colonel Burkhalter from Hogan's Heroes. Or General Burkhalter.
Calling
sorry.
it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Is that the fella with the little spike on his helmet?
Wow.
He's always threatening to send Klink to the Russian front.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, like Klink fucks something up, and he's like, "It is very cold on the Russian front, Klink."
You know, now that you said that,
Colonel Klink.
Wow. That guy's been in a bunch of stuff as a slob. Actually.
Yeah.
I recognize him as a
That
slob.
was wonderful.
That was beautish.
It was beautish.
Do we even know what this movie's about? Did you ever pick up on the plot line?
Well, there's some chase scenes and stuff in it.
So there's
Like
some high adventure?
Mobsters are after the mobsters want to kidnap the apes.
Oh,
Yeah.
For some reason.
That's the premise.
Yeah.
There's the $2 million bounty or something. On
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
something
I
like
remember.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this movie played, I remember when I was like 7 years old on HBO. It's semi-heavy rotation, so that's all I remember is watching it, but I don't really remember the details of this movie.
But it even hurt your brain back then.
It hurt my brain back then.
Yeah.
You're right. It's had Tony Danza in it.
Yeah.
Of all things. as
Because
the
this is
lead.
a holiday special, I don't even know if I took any of that in. I'll remember tomorrow. I'll wake up and go, did I see DeVito? Did I see DeVito last night? And no. I did. I saw
On your
Laszlo.
dreams.
I saw Laszlo.
Laszlo.
So
Laszlo
this next
DeVito.
one we're gonna set up for you is a timeless classic. It has it's like the opposite end of the budget spectrum, and it's
That's
really
saying
good.
something.
It is saying a lot, and I think it goes to what you were saying about the person who wrote it. So let's take a look at this. See what we got.
Raining again.
Oh,
Want to do something?
raining.
Well, not this evening.
I saw a flash of what's to come there for like a split second.
Yeah,
so there was a giveaway.
There was?
There was. But that's all right.
Can you imagine Clint Eastwood punching out a wise guy? Or laying out a bunch of guys who get out of line?
Well, of course I can.
Yes. How about a bunch of bikers from Pacoima called the Black Widows?
Who's got her eye on him?
I want that Olympia gold right now.
So
How
good.
about him fighting for money?
Philo Beto.
Hey, that's
Philo Beto.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's
see him
fighting
allowing
scientists.
women to
You see
Yeah.
that?
He had to get started somewhere.
Well, he did.
Dude,
Oh
Neil
yeah,
deGrasse
dude.
Tyson.
Harold Mod. It's Mod.
Well, what do you think of Clint Eastwood confiding his deepest, darkest secrets to an orangutan?
Jeez Louise.
See, they were
Not
even
far
branding
from
the
reality.
orangutans back then.
Yeah.
My stomach just turns to royal gelatin.
Sandra
It's a
Locke.
bit biased.
His
Now
chick in every
you're
movie
really
of this era.
Yeah,
It's no
well,
joke.
he's kind of
It's
married
Eastwood
to
like
her.
I've
Kinda,
never seen
yeah.
before. In a new film called
Bill McKinney, he raped Ned Beatty in Deliverance.
Oh,
that's
it's
right.
full circle.
Yeah.
That's right.
You deserve a beat
Now,
a monkey
why
movie.
is that full circle?
Here he is again, raping the audiences.
No, that's not the guy he's talking about.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not the guy. I'm sorry. I thought you were pointing him out.
No, he's in there though. Gene LaBelle. I wrote a book about Gene LaBelle.
That was.
Yeah, Gene
Yeah.
is one of the guys in here.
He's the leader, right?
No, he's not the leader. He's wearing the goggles. Clint punches him in the face, and the goggles split in half.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
does that gimmick.
Baboon. No respect. No privacy.
My mom took me to see this
Every
movie
way you look,
twice.
there's
Really?
action,
You saw this in the
adventure,
theater?
and fun.
Twice. My
Yeah,
mom
once wasn't
just
enough.
loved Clint
I don't know.
running around
And
with
then
his
he
shirt
imitates the monkey.
on. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Now
Ape.
there was an accompaniment for this movie, which was Every Which Way You Can, and if I remember, he's a street fighter. Like he gets basically just gets money for street fighting people, right? And his friend's a orangutan.
Yeah.
Clyde. That's his name.
Yeah, and he does kind of day labor stuff on the side.
He hangs outside at Home Depot with his orangutan.
Yeah,
looking for side work.
That was like Warner Brothers' second biggest hit of '78. They didn't want to release it, and it almost outgrossed Superman, which was their A picture.
Is that right?
Yeah, like they were like shocked at how well it did.
I'm
I
shocked
mean, my
at
mom
hearing
went to
that
see
now.
it twice and dragged me. So
Yes.
So somewhere
now, whose
there's all
choice
these.
was that? Was that yours or hers?
No, that she, like middle-aged women were perving hard on Clint back then, because women like a guy that's
Yes.
their own age, and so he still looked good at 40-something.
Yeah.
He's
So they
Yeah.
didn't want
Straight
to
fighting.
lust after some 20-year-old guy.
Yeah.
So she was like, I'm 8
And
or
if you
9.
if you bring your son, then the husband can't be accused of going to the theater and like perving,
yeah.
right? Because who would perv with their son next to them or
Yeah.
their daughter?
Well, it was a broken family, so my mom's like, I want to see Every Which Way But Loose again. That's
And
some
again.
quality entertainment there.
And he was still riding high on Dirty Harry and westerns of that era too. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he did the Outlaw Josie Wales, I think,
Yeah.
the same year or a year
That was a
after.
good one. So this next one, it's a little known guy named Chuck Heston.
Chuck.
No
He's got
preface. That's
excellent
all you
teeth.
need, huh? And fuck Michael Moore for chasing him down and calling him a dick.
You dick.
Love it.
The words
The
are Charlton
fucking-
Heston.
Yeah.
Get out a last signal to Earth that we've landed.
Yeah, swim, Hesty. Swim. There's no monkeys there, see?
The world he finds out in the galaxy will challenge every idea you've ever had of civilization. A planet where man is the lowest order of living things, and the superior beings are apes.
Yes.
I think Dewey Cox did the soundtrack for this. 50,000 didgeridoos and congas.
Make the laws, the gods, and control the guns that hunt a race of lowly
Even back
terrified
then, he was
humans
concerned
who
with
run
guns.
wild
Of course,
in the
yeah,
desert,
yeah.
are
We
caged
need to
in
know. We need to
prison
make sure
and
who we
stuffed
know who
with
has the
fear.
guns.
We don't want apes controlling
Yeah,
it.
we don't want you to have the
20th century
guns.
transforms the motion picture screen into
You
Next.
damn dirty ape.
the
Next.
Airbull's finest novel since Bridge on the River Kwai.
The world gone insane. An upside-down civilization could not be real. Yes, a world of madness and terror.
Man
has no understanding. He can be taught a few simple
That's so crazy. That is a weird shot.
Brand.
He looks like me, but it his braid is gray.
brain, you bloody babble.
Yes.
I like these Woodstock split screens they got going here.
And then, in Omega Man, he's watching Woodstock.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Omega Man was great.
I mean, that's one thing that, Will Smith just could not pull off.
You never saw L.A. with cleaner air than if you watch Omega
Calm and
Man.
gentle as a summer's night. A great many people worked long and hard to answer the question of what a civilization would be like where the evolutionary process has been reversed and apes were the superior species.
First.
Hundreds of technicians and the largest number of makeup artists ever assembled assisted the producers, the writers, the directors.
Dude, this is fantastic.
This is part of the trailer where, he's got to pitch it as himself.
As Chuck Estes.
Yeah, you don't have Harrison Ford telling us about the Star Wars movie.
No, you don't see that often, do you? What a great cast, by the way.
Carrie Fisher has returned.
We brought her back and got her back in shape. The directors and producers are very happy. They're looking to make a lot of money here.
They didn't want to shield you from the idea that people were making these films back then. They wanted you to relate to it as a working student.
It was still a magical process then, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't comprehend it.
Color by Deluxe.
Beyond your wildest dreams.
Now, a lot of those sets, they have this really amazing Flintstone look to them.
I love Heston, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's OG. You could go farther back, but that's pretty much, I think it's the beginning of the OG Monkey movie, What we think
if you're
what
just
we think of as Monkey
movies.
movies.
Yeah, yes. And here's the thing, the only genre we have now is remakes of the same series. We don't get Dunstan Checks In, we don't get the wacky comedy monkey movies anymore. Or we haven't had any recently that I know of.
What's J.J. Kronsberg up to? I mean, I bet you he has stacks of screenplays, like with monkeys and apes and orangutans.
You think there's some spec scripts probably sitting on desks in Hollywood that have just been gathering dust that Kronsberg was, promoting at one time, and they're waiting for the iron to get hot again, right?
Yeah.
The season of the monkey movie needs to come back.
The question though now is, do they CGI the apes and monkeys, or do they beat the crap out of them off screen like they did in the original time and shock them with
SPCA, right?
It's for sure CGI. I think it's CGI.
Yeah, CG. I think they CGI them. Maybe there's stuff Kronsberg wanted to do back when he was restricted and shackled by having to use real apes.
Well, it's like Beverly Hills Chihuahua. They didn't actually use a Chihuahua in that. They went to Beverly Hills and used a fake Chihuahua. We have another one.
Oh, good.
It's going to be great.
I'm
really excited about this one. So I'm just going to run this because there's a bit of time right in front of it. But it's from
Orion.
Yeah.
Quality films.
Oh, you knew you saw that.
The only thing better than them is Avco Embassy.
When you was a Ute,
yes.
You'd see Thorn EMI or Orion.
To Alan, to the start of his new life.
So you, old woman, who are you?
Exclusively for quadriplegics? How about if I were to donate a monkey?
He hasn't exposed anything weird in the lab.
That's the monkey from Outbreak, right?
To follow commands.
The Capuchin monkey.
To take care of it, Jeff. The idea is that it's going to take
Capuchin.
care of you.
So we're mixing up the species here.
She's unbelievable.
This is a legitimate monkey.
This is a real monkey.
That's on my face!
What the hell was that?
That was a parrot.
How did a parrot get into a monkey movie?
The monkey gave him his friend.
And the director said,
Time on
get
his
that
face."
goddamn parrot off my set.
Look, I like this. You got monkey point of view.
Oh, monkey POV.
I see what you see. It's like Beastmaster. Yes, teeth.
You have teeth. I have teeth. Our teeth are similar.
My canines will out canine you.
Our teeth are similar.
What the hell are you doing to her?
That would
Be nice to my
out of the
monkey.
house, and I'm getting out with her. You do know that that's
You don't taunt the monkey.
You do know you're a fucking horrible actor.
He's acting tough.
Yeah, George Romero was hanging out a little too much with Stephen King. They kind of got crazy ideas of what should be in a movie.
What's scary to you?
the master.
Being a quadriplegic with a psycho monkey.
It's like, no, George, just do another zombie movie.
Yes.
You know?
Can you make the monkey a zombie? Like, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Look
at that.
Monkey shines, man.
George Romero. Directed, written for the screen. Who knew? I
That
didn't
was
know
cool.
prior to...
I love Monkey Shines.
Monkey... I don't believe I actually saw it. This one actually escaped me.
I didn't see it either.
Gonna have to Netflix that
I thought
tonight.
you had seen it.
No, I saw parts of it. Like,
You suggested it.
I did because I remember watching that trailer. I just assumed you seen it because when I remember back in the day, I had seen it.
Cheeky bastard.
Oh, this milk is delish, by the way.
Holiday milk?
Holiday milk is good. The nog.
Holiday milk and nut horns provided by Amputee Press, our underwriters.
Miss Miles did a
Little shout
wonderful
out.
job.
Oh, yeah.
It's very good.
She's super. So the next one here, you guys are going to really enjoy. The guy who stars in this is married to a centaur. She has a body of a woman, but I think the whole thing is a little bit... I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, I'm already...
I'm setting it up.
Yeah,
I'm setting it up maybe a little bit more.
Good.
A little bit more than I should have. A murtar? Is it a murtar? Like a half minotaur?
Centaur, right? No, Minotaur is the head.
There we go.
Centaur is the bod.
Oh, you know when you see that, you're gonna get quality right there too.
Oh yeah, here we go. You're right.
It's Barris Fuller.
He is married to a centaur. Minotaur.
I'm dead.
Horse tar.
When Jimmy Garrett joined the Air Force, he knew he.
Now, this is the original project.
Why didn't you go to the Air Force Academy?
Not the party movie that came out a couple of years ago. When I heard they were making that movie, I was like, oh, they're remaking a monkey movie? I'm like, oh, I was really disappointed to hear that that's not what they did.
He'd work with space-age technology.
This is going to be a whole new experience. I just hope I'm up to it.
It's disruptive.
Them. These are monkeys.
Monkeys.
But he never thought he'd meet.
Those are apes. Chimps are apes. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he said monkey.
They're 98.5% us.
But I think we have Ferris Bueller to blame for why we see an ape in a movie and call it a monkey movie now.
Yeah, I mean...
There's the evidence. There's the proof.
Yeah, chimps, you know,
He
they're
set the
little.
bar.
Go back to
He set it very
85.
Up.
That's
Go up.
the call out.
That's right. Pull it back. That's good. That's good.
In movies, we're almost always seeing like children, chimp children, like because when they get to be mature, they just would rip out, you know,
Your heart?
Matthew
Limbs,
Broderick's arm out of the
teeth.
socket.
Yeah, they want to take your limbs off first, I think.
Because I mean, they have the strength to hang by one arm from a tree for 6 hours, masturbating with the other hand.
Like
They're
3
really
times stronger
strong.
per arm, muscle amounts per pound per versus people.
Doing monkey things.
And ripping off like that one woman's face on Vicodin, and her eyes, and the hurt, and the pulling, and the teeth, and the blood and stuff. There was that too.
Yeah, I can't believe it they're making this movie. Nothing you can do about it, man. We're gonna kill those monkeys, man.
I actually did
Get out of that
theater.
From the creators of War Games.
See? It must be John Badham.
Go
dude.
figure. Why don't you just call it War
Yes.
Games 2?
Wow, that's how they followed that up.
So the War Games straight to Project X for him, and then he went to Ferris Bueller pretty much from here, right? That was the next
I
breakthrough.
thought Ferris was first.
He might have already been in Ferris because
Yeah.
Oh, is
a
that right?
monkey movie back then was an A picture. So.
Yeah.
An A picture.
Yeah.
After Clint Eastwood like almost dethroned
Tainted the
Superman,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to get rid of superhero movies, make another orangutan movie. That's like the only thing that could get Avengers 2
That should,
derailed.
Clint's still kicking, still making films. Maybe the iron is hot.
Yeah.
For him to go
Philo Beto.
revisit his character.
It's all about Philo Beto.
Philo Beto.
Yeah.
It's a good band name right there.
There's probably is a band somewhere, I hope.
Philo
named
Beto?
Philo Beto.
Yeah, I would like to live in a world where there's a musical project called Philo Beto. Toi. So this next one is a little bit nutty bananas. In keeping with the
Yes.
theme, okay? Yes, it's called Monkey Goes East, I believe. It's
Monkey
called
Goes East.
Monkey Goes East. Now, in the deep, intensive search for monkey movies to make sure that we were missing anything, we stumbled across this gem. Now, what I've seen of it, I want to get too spoiler. I'm just gonna we're gonna watch. We'll commentate.
This
on
might have been the progenitor of all monkey
the
movies.
content afterwards. But Monkey Goes East. Here we go.
一個魔法變出72啲，一句咒語要佢求生不得，求死不能。
Yes, I like what you did here.
妖怪嘅獵物唐三藏，要取經救人，
Yeah,
就得先伸手。
wow, was that a real place?
魔鬼嘅劊子手孫悟空，只要是不可放我出來，我一定衝在前面。豬八戒，
There's a pig man too.
It was.
生正。
It's like
This is better
the
than Sinbad, dude.
no. It's like the last samurai goes to the island of Dr.
There's
Moreau,
like a
dude.
Gamera monster.
Gamora
伸
monster.
手，
This is the best movie ever made.
Yeah, man, this
How
is-
have I not seen this?
This is what I was thinking too.
Discovery is every day.
中國歷史上最著名章回小說改編。
See, it is like Sinbad. The monkey goes
Goes
west.
west. He go the other way.
Not east, west.
Yeah.
That's House of the Rising Sun.
that
Huh?
was amazing.
Wow. Oh, dude, I want Bob's sort of insight, first reaction to that. What's
So
your
the
thoughts?
monkey goes west,
Yeah,
and not
apparently.
east, as previously thought.
I'm just blown away by it. I mean,
Speechless.
there is this Cambodian film called The Crocodile Man, where this guy goes inside of a crocodile and then he becomes a crocodile and he tries to seduce ladies with his crocodile style, and he sings songs it's dubbed by Australians, so it's like, if I could turn into a crocodile, I would make you smile, and there's like martial arts in it too, but that set a bar that I think Monkey Goes West has vaulted over.
Oh, okay.
Except there is a sad tragedy.
There was a high point at one time. Now that has been broken.
Crocodile Man is pre-Khmer Rouge, so the sad part is many of the people in the Crocodile Man were brutally executed later. There's a
People
tragedy.
are no longer with us.
Yeah, there's a couple of actresses I think that made it, but it's like at first you're just laughing at it, then you find some website made by some very good person who was even more obsessed with the film than I that went into all this detail about it. It's like, man, one of the great crimes of the 20th century.
The killing fields.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, you kind of look at the nation of Cambodia and go, think of how much great crocodile films would have come out of there, and why communism was so terrible.
Destroyed the crocodile art film house genre.
Yeah, but Monkey Goes West, see Crocodile Man if you can. I don't want to get us too into crocodiles now, but Monkey Goes West is blowing me away because it's got a pig man and a Gamera monster.
And
there was a lot in there, really.
Yeah.
Would you like to watch that one more time?
If you're gonna cue it up one more time, I don't think. Okay.
As soon as you might have missed the first time.
I'm just gonna try to find it. It's.
Well, Bob Calhoun, we can send it to you, no problem.
Okay. I want this whole trailer tattooed on my body.
Oh, wow. Just scene by scene by scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is going on?
Feel like the Sistine Chapel all over you, but with this trailer.
That beach there did look like Mallorca, in Spain, where they filmed all those Harry Housen movies. It did have that. You do expect to see the Cyclops come around that bend there. Oh, look at that.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Dude,
it blinked too.
That was a really bad Godzilla.
This is amazing.
It is, man. Every quick edit has got something miraculous
above and beyond normal.
Dope.
Yes.
Dope.
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 I don't want to be too topical.
That's the ender.
Dope.
But there's that Japanese not Japanese. There's that Rubber Suit Monster movie that Kim Jong-un's dad, Kim Jong-il, he kidnapped
somebody for this.
Yeah,
right?
he kidnapped South Korea's greatest filmmaker and made him make this crazy communist North Korean
Has
monster
this movie ever been released outside of North Korea?
Yeah,
you know
there was a DVD release of it. Yes,
there is.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe every theater that was going to show the interview on Christmas Day should show the North Korean monster movie.
Double feature.
It's the only,
right?
like
with a Team America, like they are in that one theater in Texas.
They aren't doing that now. Paramount won't let them show it, so it's
they won't.
Like, okay, if you're gonna completely appease the North Korean regime, why not show their monster movie?
Wow.
And it'll be Pyongyang's Christmas gift to the West.
That's crazy.
That's what we want.
Yeah,
man. We were looking for a Christmas gift.
It's probably funnier than The Interview.
Yeah, you've never seen this film then?
I've only seen clips of it. There's never the right moment.
Oh, okay, yes.
You
got to put time in your schedule, right?
Well, no, it just has to be, it never feels
dedicate.
like, you can't just get home from work and watch that. It's like, you have to plan this. You have to have the mood just right. And now that it's like having kids, I'm realizing now that there's never the right time to watch that film. You just have to do it.
It happens and you deal with it.
Yeah,
you move forward.
You could never play it. You could try to plan that. It's just not going to work. And I wish I knew the name of it off the top of my head.
We're going to next time we will have to do research.
Yeah. But I'm saying Christmas, every theater, we were already capitulating to the North Koreans.
It's
we
the
need
gift
to show
that keeps
this
on
film.
giving.
Yeah. We can't even show America, fuck yeah. We can't show that movie.
Which is really ridiculous.
Because
it's already been shown.
You gotta be.
It's not like people haven't seen it.
You gotta think that if they're going to capitulate to that, if they're gonna give in and just totally fucking puss out, that they're not gonna let you do anything.
On a level that's like
they're not gonna let you do anything. They're not gonna let you fucking
embarrassing.
show Team America, which would be absolutely appropriate.
Absolutely.
Or what about that James Bond movie where the North Koreans are torturing Pierce Brosnan? Can we show that? The last one. I think that's the last
Remington
one.
Steel.
Yeah. Like the North Koreans.
They're torturing my Remington Steel. Those fucking bastards.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? You know what we should do? We should send Dennis Rodman over there. That's what we should do. And then he'll go over there and he'll just play basketball.
That's a really good idea.
And they will run it. No, wait.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe Michael Jordan needs to do a sequel to Space Jam, but
honestly,
set in North Korea.
You know how fucking crazy this world is?
Korea Jam.
Can you imagine how many phone calls Dennis Rodman has gotten? Just about as soon as North Korea pops up. Like he has to be a go-to guy.
He had to be officially an ambassador when he
because his story. He went there with Vice.
Yeah.
It was a totally like normally when you go to a country that's like completely like the U.S. doesn't have an embassy with or like they're the fucking enemy. You can't just go to that country. But Vice like set it up in such a way, and they brought Rodman there, and he was such a he was like a god there. That they were able to subvert all these normal channels and get in there. Not only do that, but film and get right next to the leader. And they rolled out the red carpet for him.
Yeah.
It was totally insane, man.
Yeah, it was insane. Totally.
So, that being said, he's one of the few people on Earth, few Westerners, that's gotten not only within feet, but is like personally close with the leader of North Korea.
Yeah.
So, dude, people are fucking lighting that guy's goddamn phone up. Dennis Rodman, dude, what is he doing? He's in bed.
Who better?
With 100 piercings. He's probably just got his last piercing was in his nutsack or something.
Yeah.
And he's probably letting that heal, and he's like, oh, man.
Multiple piercings.
I got to let this one heal my balls. And then the phone rings. It's like, do you know what happened in North Korea? He's like, dude, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I just got up. What's up? Rodman.
Ric Flair went there once.
Oh,
Ric Flair wrestled a match there for it was some kind of peace thing.
I had no idea.
Yes. But yeah, Flair hasn't been there since the 80s. I mean, those are the American celebs
that
go to North Korea.
Flair.
And Rodman. And Rodman. Yeah, that's who goes there.
That's a wacky place, man. We should be parodying that all the way home.
That's
to the cows go home.
Athleticism at its finest.
Now if they
exports that we could come up with.
If they made the interview with Flair and Rodman instead of Rogan and James Franco, right. I mean, it would have been a funnier movie. They were already getting laughs at the idea of it,
and they wouldn't have banned it.
Honestly, it's probably the best thing that could happen for this movie too.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks from now,
I can't wait to watch
be
it.
everywhere, and it'll just have all that hype behind it. I mean, who's to say this wasn't totally strategized in the first place? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they never even finished the film, and Sony had Sony. And did
We
this
need to make up
elaborate
for, give him some lies so we can get another couple of weeks of editing in.
because they're kind of
With
wedded to Rogan.
The fourth ending.
They're kind of wedded to Franco and Rogan, so they don't want to destroy them. So.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And in case nobody knows what we're talking about, 10 years from now when you listen to this, there was a movie that was about to come out called The Interview with James Franco and...
Rogan.
What's the full name?
Seth
Rogen. Thank
Yeah.
you. Rogan. Is that... that's
It's
my fancy way.
It's
That's
his
a
Japanese monster name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. And they go to the premises. They go to North Korea to kill the. They're sent in to kill the North Korean leader, and all sort of zany hijinks happen. Film was about to release on Sony Pictures, and the North Koreans hacked Sony and basically said that we will blow up theaters in America and kill people if you show this movie. And I'm sure most, Red Dawn, red-blooded Americans were like, "Oh yeah, faggot, we'll bring it on because I'm ready for you." And then everybody else, Sony and the East Coast and West Coasters were like, "Oh well, we can't have people blown up in theaters." Right. So they completely caved and pulled the movie. Now, that is what just happened.
Now, to be fair to Sony, and this is nothing I've read has brought up, they are within range of North Korea's terrible rockets and missile systems, and Sony's a Japanese company, and nobody's really thought about that.
So
maybe
you think
they would
it's
be
by
a little
proxy
more jittery.
because their geographic location is Japan, in the Sea of China, and
yeah, like,
Bob,
can I ask
you something?
Fair. Yes.
Are you trying to get your deal picked up with Sony? Is that what's happening?
No. I take a deal from Sony if I could get it. I do have a TV. I'm trying to sell a TV show, but I think we're all trying to sell TV shows.
Who doesn't have a script in hand?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
This one's not for sale, Bob.
Yeah, I was rejected by True TV, so that's the trajectory of my success and failure. It's like, I was rejected by like Alternative Tentacles and Man's Ruin Records with bands, and now like my TV projects are being rejected by cable networks.
Well, let's talk about what you're trying to pitch. You have a couple books out.
Yeah.
You
have a long history here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
As kind of Carney Barker in some senses with strange wrestling, and as a wrestler, as a musician.
And as a writer.
Yeah.
And as a publisher, I should add, too.
So many hats.
Kind of published. Yeah. I fail spectacularly at everything, but I was Count Dante in Incredibly Strange Wrestling, and then thought it was great cross-branding to have a band as Count Dante. Yeah. And, hey, and that's where me and Dante here met. Was on the Warped Tour in 2001.
I think even... before that was at Stinky's Peep Show.
Yeah.
There was a few shows on Thursday nights at the Covered Wagon in San Francisco where we either played together or we were at the same venue for whatever reason.
We toured on Warped before 9/11. That was like June and July and maybe into August. And then we played a Stinky's Peep Show, I think 3 days after or 2 days after 9/11. We were booked, and it was still at that point where when is it cool to have a show again? Like there was an Angry Amputees Dante show.
Yes, I remember, and I think Slender was on that bill. Weirdly enough, of all bands.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the third band, but I think you might be right on that. Yeah.
His memory.
I only remember Angry Amputees. I don't remember what if there was some lady shooting bananas out of her vagina.
That usually happened in the back room. That's what it was there for.
I mean, Sean, who's in that Inferno of Joy band, used to do a show where women would pour wine in his butt, and then he would poop it out, and people would pay to drink the wine.
It was almost Jim Rose-esque. The circus antics that they pulled off.
Yeah, but with a touch of class because of the flocked wallpaper always makes things a little classy in a kind of old West whorehouse kind of way.
Victorian style.
Yeah, very steampunk before we were steampunk before steampunk.
Before steam.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing when I think about Incredibly Strange Wrestling, which I emceed it and I also wrestled in it. From about 96, 97 through 2003. I quit after the European tour, and I retired to write my tell-all memoir.
So, really quick, how did you get involved with Incredibly Strange? Did you formulate that yourself?
No. I mean, Audra did that. I mean, that was her show. Oh, actually, going back farther, August Ragone, the Godzilla expert, and Barry from Hellbillies, and maybe Johnny Legend. It's one of those things. I was a Johnny Come Lately on that show and came in later, but it was already running when I got in it. And there was already kind of Trotsky, Stalin splits in the show where there was a L.A. Johnny Legend version and Audra had her San Francisco version, and the people who founded it were all hating each other, and me and like the cruiser. Greg Franklin, called Craig Martins in the book, and a few other people. We were like the replacement cast, Okay. We were like Roger. We were the Roger Moores, and those guys were the Sean Connerys.
The Roger Moores.
Or maybe I was the George Lazenby of ISW. The guy who did that one movie with Telly Savalas and then went away. So I mean, I was coming into it a little bit later, but me and a couple other guys were good at coming up with silly matches, and so you
came up with a lot of the cards then, right? You came up with a lot of the characters.
I was doing the booking after a while. I mean, it was always a collaborative effort, but I mean, we were, some of that, especially on Warped Tour. It was the one time I felt like I was like a baseball manager, because it would be like, well, can we put Tim under 3 different masks and have him do 3 different matches because Dave practically broke his arm. Yeah. We have to rest him a couple days. There was that.
I remember a lot of people were getting hurt on that.
Yeah, that was that.
Day. And the nurse, there was one nurse on that tour that was just getting bogged down with all the wrestling guys. Yeah. And had some conflicts with a few people that were like, look, I'm really hurt. You need to help me. And sometimes she was supporting them.
I mean, I guess the difference was we had guys who were in their 30s trying to do this stuff, where the skaters were all like 15. When you're
back a little better.
When you're a 260-pound, 35-year-old man falling on concrete, it's a little different than when you're like a 15-year-old kid falling on concrete. So
like a plumber versus an athlete.
And we were doing like at the Fillmore or at the Transmission at most, we would do one show a month. So if somebody gets hurt, if somebody gets hurt, they're either healed or they're not, and you just have somebody else do it. But when you're doing 45 shows and
the logistics of a traveling show kind of are completely different.
There's a 2-month
multiple shows per day sometimes, right? Not just one.
We did 2 sets, and it's somehow we survived it. They never asked us back,
Well,
it's whatever.
That's too bad, man, because, I mean, you guys became a really huge draw just for that tour alone.
By the time we hit the East Coast, I think we had our audience, But, those early Warped shows, we were doing some really terrible entertainment for those people. But, I mean, they just would look at us for 2 minutes and leave and go see, wait patiently for the Angry Amputees and Desperation
wait
Squad.
Patiently. Yeah. I think we had a very similar experience on that tour. Like, our first couple shows have sucked. We really needed to pull it together. And we learned, how to become a band on that tour. It was so regimented. And we got to see you guys every day because you were right in front of us.
Yeah, they paired us with Angry Amputees and Desperation Squad.
Desperation Squad.
That was okay, this stuff kind of goes together, and it was fine with us because, we were cranky older guys, or some of us were, so it wasn't like, oh my God, it's the Ataris or whatever.
Yes.
It's Bouncing Souls. I can't, we had some guys that were into that, but we were like, oh fuck, I want to listen to Zeppelin. It's like. I was really psyched when Rollins came on because it was that was the height. 2001's the height of happy punk.
Yeah.
Where everything's in major and everything's really upbeat and songs about suburban love that sound kind of punky. And the Rollins comes on and it wasn't my Rollins phase was when he was in Black Flag when I was 16 and pissed off and couldn't get laid. So I hadn't really listened to Success Seminar Rollins. You know? But Rollins is all angry and he's older than we are and he's doing songs in minor and with weird, jazz musicians that are kind of slumming it with Rollins. And it was oh my God. the Rollins band was so refreshing. It was very, it was like, it just sounded different than everything else that was on that tour, Sum 41, Yeah,
I found myself sort of going towards, Distillers were over there. I think Fear were on a few dates. Yeah. Black Halos were on a few dates. I was always kind of trying to find the outliers that were only on for brief periods of time. And, they weren't even on the full tour,
Yeah, and Misfits, like a kind of Misfits review where they did the Monster Mash and stuff. With they had Dez from Black Flag, and it was kind of a punk rock kind of super group they had, and. The Distillers, they were good, and I mean there were lots of great bands, but I was just I wanted to hear like negative punk,
right.
That's what I was a Dead Kennedys
That's
guy.
That's why you got into punk, right?
Yeah, I did. Like when did it get so upbeat? When did it get so peppy?
Yeah, they all ripped off Descendants, right? Like when they were the outsiders.
When did punk rock become so tame?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but there was that. Did you ever experience that thing where there were those kids? Those bands with like nobody bands that would just follow the tour, and they were like waiting. They were waiting patiently for like they weren't even doing shows. They were waiting for angry amputees to finally say "fuck this shit" and leave, and a slot would open.
Oh no, I didn't hear about this. See, we weren't officially on the tour.
Oh,
they kind of said we have the side stage. And if you can make it to the shows, we'll give you a booking slot because it's all based on local bands and it's based on women in rock and in sports and all that stuff. And we had 2 girls in the band, so that sort of worked out.
Yeah.
For them, and we weren't paid for it. We ate cereal without milk every day.
Oh man!
But hey, I don't mind to complain.
We
had a
blast,
man.
Yeah, we were like bitchy little queens compared to you guys.
Oh yeah, we actually had a jack power from the Atari's bus because we didn't have a generator in our RV.
Oh man!
So we bought
for shame.
Look at this. What do you have? You have a little some here.
Oh, it's
beer,
it's
blood,
a book.
and cornmeal.
And look, there's a Macha Sasquatcha, so it's kind of a monkey book.
Oh, it is a monkey book.
Yeah,
it's got monkeys in it. Mouse,
yeah.
Macho Sasquatcha.
Macho, and also Nate wearing the gorilla costume.
Squatcho.
Yes.
Yeah, Nate doing the gorilla medic job.
You had some other character. You had El Pollo Loco.
Oh, Pollo Diablo. The
Pollo Diablo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everybody called it. Doesn't. Yeah, he's Hey,
I know I have them written down.
This is your book from a few years ago.
Yeah.
This is a great read.
Oh,
Dante and I read it together. He takes turns, I take turns. He goes to sleep, I wake up.
I think if we're okay with it, we've kind of primed. Like I put some post-it notes.
Could you do some
readings?
That'd be great. We'd really appreciate that, actually.
Yeah. I think I got. I had to rush through. I haven't read this in a while. Okay, so this is like our first or second day on Warped, and we did, unlike Dante, they gave us hotel rooms sometimes. So we were, if I complain about conditions in this book, it's only to be funny because I'm a raging asshole because there were people like really just giving their all to be on this tour.
We were the crust punks on that tour.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I spent the early morning hours of the first working day of the tour hunched over the elongated toilet bowl in my room at the Phoenix Ramada. I hurled about a half a gallon of whiskey and followed that up with a salvo of partially digested refried beans and 2 pork chimichangas that felt as if they had somehow reformed into their original shapes in my stomach. Those refried beans and their accompanying layer of lard had failed to hold my boozy barf at bay. I fumbled for my toothbrush to chase the taste of upchuck out of my mouth and tried to figure out why my greasy safety measures had failed me. The blunts, I thought. It had to be the blunts. Manny Franklin had rolled them out of cheap shake weed and even cheaper cherry-soaked King Edward cigars as we all partied down in Tom Corrigan's hotel room the night before. Why are you smoking the weed that way, Gino, our long-haired Brooklynite tour manager asked as he watched Manny form the turd-like spleefs. It's ghetto weed, Manny answered, so you gotta smoke it ghetto style. Gino, a veteran of many rock tours, was stunned into a rare silence by Manny's cogent philosophy. Manny's retort was a ringing endorsement for smoking those god-awful things. We all toked heavily off them and drank with a fury born of success and recognition. Even as a sideshow, we'd hit the big time. From a tiny dark room at the Transmission Theater, we were now embarking on one of the biggest tours of the summer concert season. And as a sideshow, we stood out. 20 or 30 bands tended to blend together, but there was only one wrestling show, and it was us. Who knew where this might lead? Everyone was getting along. The indie wrestlers got along with the ISW amateurs. Shane, the wrestler that we once collectively feared, was now our best friend because we were all going to be in the same boat, or at least the same bus. We bullshitted about the inner torment of Ric Flair and the Macho Man as we pounded beers, slammed shots, and smoked Manny's giant-sized joints until early the next morning. It was those blunts. I should have never touched those things.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Nice work, bud.
Yeah, man. All right.
Good writing, good reading.
Life on tour, too.
Yeah. Really kind of sums it up.
It's all right.
That was just one excerpt of many.
Yeah, somewhere in here I do write about the bands and I write about angry amputees, but
somewhere within, you're gonna have to pick up the book and find out where.
They're in here somewhere. Yeah, there's a part in here somewhere about like when I was wrestling El Homo Loco at the Fillmore, and James Hetfield. I'm forgetting my Metallica members. Too many shots in the head. James Hetfield was at the side of the stage yelling, "Kill the fags!" And, you know, I mean, I guess he's
didn't he have
now.
The Jarl? He can't.
You know, he was just yelling, "Kill the fags!" Yeah. But in my memory, the distortions of my memory have him.
Enter
you know,
him.
That's the only way you can vocalize.
Kill the fags!
Chapter de Rice. Yeah. All right, so Bob, I just got word from our producers that we're running low on time because we've been having such a good time. But I want to let people know about your latest book,
Shattering Conventions.
Shattering Conventions.
Yeah, I went to a bunch of different conventions. I went to a gun show. I went to Comic-Con. I went to a Republican con. Saw Mitt Romney, stood close to Mitt Romney and didn't stab him.
And he didn't stab you either.
No. But his hair was there, you know.
His hair was there.
I had to spend a whole day with the late Andrew Breitbart, you know.
Oh, yes, I heard about the story.
Yeah.
Breitbart,
he was my best.
You out, right?
Yeah, he called me out during their little Tea Party rally. You know, which it's like, you know, I wasn't I didn't get on stage with him because it's like I'm just there to I don't know. I had a press pass from Salon, so I'm like, you know, the closest thing to the enemy for him. And
right.
Yeah.
So you're because today, you still write for Salon.com.
No.
Right?
I mean, you know, editors change. I'm writing. I wrote a thing about the wonders of Daly City for Gawker. I wrote for Gawker recently,
awesome.
and I write for RogerEbert.com. You know,
oh wow.
You know, I write.
See, you are the enemy of Breitbart, dude. Writing for RogerEbert.com now.
Well, then Breitbart, he passed away. You know, it was right before the book came out, and it was, you know, my wife's like, "Oh, Andrew Breitbart just died," and then it was the one time I could say this. It's like, damn it, he's worth more to me alive than dead. Because it becomes part of your marketing plan, like is to have him be angry about it and write about it. Yeah, it's like, but
he just hasn't figured out a way to cash in on it yet.
Yeah, right? I don't know. I mean, you know,
the hook.
Hey, you know, you could look at Breitbart one of two ways, which is, on one hand, yeah, he's the biggest asshole in the world. On the other hand, you know, I couldn't get that close to Rush Limbaugh. Or anybody else, Bill O'Reilly. He wouldn't even notice me. But Breitbart, he was like the DIY conservative bag.
He was accessible.
Like, he was open source conservative bile. So, you just somehow finagled a press pass from Salon. He gave me the time of day. Like, Bill O'Reilly could never, ever be bothered with me. Matt Drudge couldn't be bothered with me. None of them. But so, on one hand, he's a terrible human being. But on the other hand, you know, he was. You could be Nancy Pelosi, or you could just be some fat guy who got a press pass. He was gonna stick it to you either way.
So now, I know we're running low on time, but do we have time to run the quick trailer for this book? I think we got time. Yeah, we do. All right. So we're gonna watch a really quick trailer about Shattering Conventions. And it's gonna feature the people that you write about.
Shattering Conventions.
The Ghost of Elvis.
Go get it.
Wow.
Go get that Bob Calhoun book and just read it up.
Yeah.
Get all the words
Now
there's one.
There's one story that pops out to me in this, and it's actually towards the beginning where you meet Jack Kirby and Stan Lee at a convention at a Comic-Con, I believe, before they were cool, right? Before like they got like you
bite your tongue. Stan Lee was always cool.
Before you could access them, right? Like, you could get and talk to them.
Well,
Kirby shared with you his idea that a lot of his characters came from World War II, and if I'm remembering correctly, but I think there was this. My point was this: he shared with you a story that some Nazi had an explosion that went off near him, and it blew his clothes off. So he's just running naked with jack boots, with his wang just swinging.
Biggest schlong I ever saw. Kirby
this is a Jack Kirby story.
Yeah. He's just like he would tell anybody these stories, and like Comic-Con now, if Jack Kirby was still alive, there would be a line wrapping all around downtown San Diego to see anybody that accomplished.
Right.
Would Clooney have a bigger line, or would the guy who plays Thor have a bigger line? Of course, but Kirby would still. It would be really hard to get to him if he were still with us. But back then, it was kind of a weird time. Like, Stan and Jack were very accessible, and Jack's just standing there, and, hey, it's Jack Kirby. And you start talking to him, and he starts telling stories about growing up in the Lower East Side and guys he saw that could kick 3 guys' ass at once, and he would draw that and have Cap do that.
That was it.
But, he tells this one story that, he was in World War II in Patton's army, and they had done this artillery barrage on the German side, and Kirby and all the other soldiers on the American lines are just kind of hunkering down. And then so there's this big, huge explosion, and he sees this huge German guy running, and the explosion blew all his clothes off, almost like a Warner Brothers cartoon, I guess. Yes. And he's got his boots on, but his dick is flopping around. And he tried to surrender to Jack Kirby, the creator of the X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Hulk, you name it, he created it, Silver Surfer. And Jack Kirby, he goes, no, surrender to him. And Jack's like, I was too embarrassed.
Couldn't accept him.
Yeah.
You cannot surrender to me.
Yeah.
Looking the way you do.
Yeah.
Because his fucking borscht was too big, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, Jack Kirby, Jewish. He goes to World War II, gets to slaughter Nazis. This is like a good time for him.
That's
right.
Yes. These are great stories, man. And I know you got lots of these in the books, and we'd love to have you back one of these days.
Oh,
it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today.
Yeah, man.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Once I found out there were the ape movies and the monkey movies, I was so psyched to do the show.
That was the
just
only
the icing on the cake, man.
Yeah.
You were on the fence prior.
Not so much on the fence, but like I said, I would have left work 4 hours earlier today to get here. Whatever you need.
So that being said, we'd like to thank you for coming, and we had a great time. It's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Indeed. Next month, we're going to have Jason Myers. We know we promised him last month, but it's not going to happen.
Another author.
Next month.
Author of young adult novels.
Young adult novels.
They call them.
That'd be great.
We will catch you next time.
Books about kids having sex. Next up on the Angry TV Show.
Filled it
What
out.
are they up to now? They changed that now.
And thank you all.
Different than it was.
Have a Merry 2014 holiday. We're going to check out, and we'll see you next month. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Ring-a-ding-a-ling.